Hey guys, how's it going? It's Steve's Magnet Fishing channel once again. So yesterday I went to Clapham Common again. Not been there for a couple of weeks. And if you've not seen my last video, I've actually been kind of like given the opportunity of doing some other stuff. Firstly, the guy who actually allows me to go to Clapham Common and do the lakes has actually said to me I can now use the boat for the big lake, which is going to be great because, like, well, it's not the big lake, it's the actual boating lake, the ex-boating lake, which is now a stocking lake, because in the middle it can go down to about 10 to 12 feet deep, and I'm only like 6'11". So, you know, I've got myself a life jacket. I ain't going to take me whaleys next time because they're still leaking for some reason. So I might have to buy another pair later and get rid of these ones. I've even bought this repair kit and it still doesn't work. So unless I can find where that leak is, I'm going to buy a new pair of whaleys later on. He actually lent me a pair of gloves actually, which are pretty cool. Indefinite lending, not to keep, but indefinite loan. They're not waterproof, but they actually got like these diamond things on, so it stops glass cutting into your hand. So that's pretty good. I went there yesterday. I was going to be doing the actual boating lake to start off, but I saw him in Bolton now, and I started speaking to him, and he said that, you know, he was going to do some stuff on the actual main fishing lake. So I volunteered to help him out. So it meant like I couldn't do the boating lake at the start of things, but I did go over to the fishing lake. And while I was waiting for him, I, you know, done some magnet fishing, got a few bits out. Then when he came over, I stopped doing magnet fishing. We went out in the middle of the fishing lake. Me, 4 other people, one being Ian Bolton himself, and we done like some actual plant. Kind of like, it's not actually planting plants. It's like, you know, we was on these like big kind of like little mini islands, big mini little islands, and we was just putting like, you know, plants on there, and then we had to like cover it with netting. It took about an hour, just roughly, a bit longer. But, you know, I was videoing it, but I didn't do the whole second part of the actual island because, you know, the 2 islands, what's the point of recording both islands, you know, when you're doing the same thing? You know, the first island took more time to do than the second one. So there's like a 40-minute video there if you want to watch us, you know, putting plants on a floating island and then covering it over with netting. But anyway, that goes back to the main depot where, you know, they put the boat. And Ian said to me, like, you know, if you ever want to use the boat, just let me know. I said, well, that's a bit big. He goes, oh no, we've got a smaller one. So, like, you know, I've got the opportunity to use a small boat on the actual lake where I do most of the magnet fishing, the boating lake. And I call it a boating lake, not because of the boat, but it used to be like an old boating lake for, like, you know, people to take down little motor control boats to float in there. And as you've seen, I have actually got a couple which I did find on that lake. And because it goes, it's like, you know, the lake will, or the water kind of goes along, and then it kind of goes down a bit, then down further. So it's more like a Z shape. And, you know, they said it does get deep in there. And there is a lot of silt in there as well. And, like, if you get stuck in the silt, you know, you'll probably have to call, like, the fire brigade out or someone, you know, because, you know, it is a bit salty there. You know, even when I do it, you know, with my whaleys, you know, as I say, I've got like a leak on my left leg, and, you know, my leg gets soaking wet rather quickly. So I'm still trying to find out where that bloody hole is so I can repair them. But I can't find it. So it might be in like the crease somewhere, I don't know. But I'll have to probably buy a new pair anyway. But anyway, he said like, I can use the boat. And I said, well, great, thanks very much. I said, by the way, is there any other lakes you look after, all commons? And he said, yeah, there's 2 commons, you can always do those if you want. I thought, yeah, that'd be great. Now, the lakes on these other 2 commons can actually be locked up, but he's given me the keys, and I'm the only one who can do them. So he said, anytime you want to go down here, let us know, so he can ring up the managers of the other 2 lakes and let them know I'm going down here. So yesterday was like a fucking, an amazing day for me. I'll get the opportunity to use the boat whenever I want to, and I can go into these other 2 little lakes whenever I want to as well. So yeah, great day yesterday. Feels like I've been rewarded from the spirit world, I suppose. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I found yesterday. I thought I might find another bag of like jewelry, but I didn't. But I did find a female watch. And I think I've got one similar to it actually. So maybe this came out of the bag a few months ago when I found the costume jewelry then. So I'm sure I've got one similar to this, but I've not checked it. But anyway, here's what I found. Okay. Coin wise, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12p in 2s, 15p in 1s, that's 17p, 18p, 19p, 29p, 39p. I thought that was a coin, but it's not, it's just a washer. And then I've got 2 foreign coins here. Now, I think that's a 10p. But I did have another coin which was French, and I can't remember what I've done with it. This, I do not know what this is, but it reminds me of one of those like yo-yo things, remember? Cut the fishing magnets. This one was actually caught up on the island, and the guy said, oh, do you want it? I said, yeah, I'll try it. A padlock that actually does still work. I've not pushed it down to lock it. I'm not going to lock it. I don't know if you know what this is. I think this might be one of those like little alarm buzzer things. That was dripping of water. I'll tell you that for one thing. But that is like an alarm, I think. I think that's a coin, but what kind of coin it is, I don't know. I'm gonna have to try to check that out sometime. Try to get it cleaned up a little bit. And another fishing weight, I think. Well, it might actually be a door handle. I'm not sure. It's got kind of a hole in it. There's iron, so really weird. Just a little bit of chain, kind of thing. This is the watch I found. It's got one of these missing, which is a shame. It's not really that waterlogged. I don't know if it's going to work actually. I'm sure, but I'm going to give it a couple of days and try to wind it up, see if it works or not. If it don't, I'll probably just go in with the other stuff. Someone lost their BMW car alarm key fob thing. So I bet they was really pissed off losing that. BMW. And this is another one. I think might be a BMW, or I don't know what that one is actually. Another key fob that someone's lost. So 2 of those I found. Fishing chain thing for your bite alarms. Scissors. I did find another pair of scissors like this, but they got broke when we was trying to cut the netting on the river, well, on the lake actually. I've actually found 4 pairs. If I found the other one which broke, that would have been 5 pairs of scissors. Now this one is actually kind of like, really is stuck together. I probably might be able to use WD-40. Fishing knife. That is actually a knife they use to cut fish with, I believe. A gate, part of a gate lock thing. Hi James, hi Julie, hi Ian. Pair of faucets, fishing faucets. Don't know why, but I keep getting them mixed up. It's like faucets, disgorgers. That's not a disgorger. Like I said in my video, that is a fishing faucet. I kept saying to myself, you know, oh come on, like this was on the big lake while I was waiting for Ian Bolton and the other guys to do the river, do the netting, do the islands. I said, oh come on, you know, about time I found another penknife. Give me another penknife. Come on, give me another penknife. I don't care what size penknife it is, but come on, give me another penknife. And would you believe, I've got another penknife. It's nice. I knew I could have gone with a bigger one, but you know, it is a penknife. It is kind of like stuck, but probably with a bit of WD-40 on that, that'd probably release itself. Give it a clean up as well. How long that's been in there, I do not know how long that's been in there for, because I know I've gone along that side bit of the big lake many times. And I suppose it depends on the weather, you know, and the current flow, because I've gone along there quite a lot, and you know, last time I went there I didn't find nothing hardly, but this time I was finding the scissors, I found the knife, I found some of the fishing floats, I found coins, I found this scourger, and other kind of bits and pieces. Back on the main boating lake, found some more keys, small bunch of keys. There's a that key's to like a little money box, I think. And they're probably to like little padlocks. So there's 5 keys there, and also 2 other keys. Oh, sorry, you didn't see that, did you? There's a bunch of keys which I found. 4 keys on there, and 2 other keys. And the scissors again, in case you didn't see. No, I did find another pair of scissors, but I lost. Well, they're broken. I don't know what done with them. So, no, 3 scissors. If I found the other one before, pair of fishing things. I'll just mention it. There's the knife. There's your knife. There's a part of a gate lock kind of thing, latch. And also this little beauty wasn't from here, from yesterday, but I just done my washing, and I took my washing out, and in the washing machine, just on the plastic rim, I found this like little charm. It's like I don't know, it's a building. I think it's a building actually, but that came out the washing machine. I'm not sure if the watch is going to work, but I'm sure I found another watch similar to this at the same lake. But that's it really. My hands have got all dirty. I'm going to have to sort all this crap out again. I might just throw it in one bag and leave it till later. But I'm thinking I'm going to Croydon tomorrow. Not Croydon. Kingston again. If not, it'll probably be Clapham. Now, although I just done Clapham yesterday, and I done Kingston. When was it? Kingston Monday, I think it was. I'm not sure. I don't really want to be going to Clapham's, you know, and saying to Ian Bolton, I'm back, you know, I want the boat out. Because I did say to him, you know, next week. But I might go out there Friday instead of tomorrow and ask him permission to get the boat out. I've got my clothes drying off on the laundry thing in the living room at the moment, so I don't think the clothes are going to be dry enough for tomorrow anyway, so I need them for when I go to Clapham. So tomorrow I'll probably be going to Kingston, but I won't actually be doing too much of Kingston. I want to go up more to Salisbury area, because I've not done much up there. I also want to try and do a little bit near what's that bloody palace? I keep forgetting that palace. New Kingston. I want to try to get to do underneath the bridge, although it's shallow. I'm pretty sure there still might be some stuff under there, you know, under that sand. But I will probably go and do not the main side where I've got the boating tags, as you know, but the other side, because I only done part of the pier, and I was using a small magnet, and I was pulling out keys, coins, and other bits and pieces underneath the pier. And the pier's actually got like little gaps about that big, a small magnet down. You know, I did use a small magnet, but it's not that heavy. It's probably about 15 kilos, if that. But I've got another one more I'm going to take with me, which is a 20-kilo one. Because the keys which I pulled up, first of all, the other day, as I was bringing up, they dropped back down. So the magnet I was using wasn't strong enough. But I've got a little 20-kilo one there. And I'm hoping that will get through the gap. If not, then I'm going to have to find another bloody magnet I might be able to use. So all these are in here. All I've got to do is put the coins in my little coin box. I still need to do a lot of cleaning. Now, I have noticed one thing here. If you get coins which are really rusty, you know, you got all that chunky rust on here, you can do the electro, you know, kind of thing to clear it off. But I found a way just by like using a very small hammer and whacking those coins, you get a hell of a lot of that rust off. And once you've done it, just, you know, stick with vinegar or put it through one of those stone turning things, you know, where you make your precious stones, and that should bring them up a lot more clearer. You only need to put it in your stone tumbler for maybe about half an hour, because if you do it longer, you know, the stone, the coins, where it's like, you know, rotating enough, it kind of like starts taking off of that coppery kind of like coating. So if you get some really rusty kind of coins, these ones aren't too bad, you know, they're not really rusty, but if you get something like that, just use a little hammer and knock the rust off. Then put it in a stone tumbler, and then that should work. If you haven't got a stone tumbler, see, like that one as well, that's a little bit kind of gory, but you might be able to get it off. If you haven't got a stone tumbler, put it in vinegar, leave it over 24 hours, and it should work. But a stone tumbler is pretty good. All you got to do is buy a stone tumbler, buy some really fine grit, and put it in for about half an hour, and it usually clears a lot of the shit off. And you know, take out the ones that do look better and put the other ones back in for a little bit longer. So there we go. Now I'm going to go out tomorrow. You know, I've got a choice, Clapham or Kingston. I'm thinking I'm going to leave Clapham until Friday and go to Kingston tomorrow. Do where I was doing that little bit of the pier. Try to get there early so there ain't no one around. You lost them in Mount Pond about a month ago. Don't know. What colour are they? How big are they? So I did find some the other day. And if you want them, you'll have to meet up with me when I go there next. These are the only ones I found yesterday. That one. These ones with a grey handle. And these ain't really scissors. These are like, you know, the old nose ply things. So that's the only two pairs of scissors I found. I did find a third one, but they broke. And they weren't yours because Ian Bolton said they were exactly the same as the ones they lost a couple of weeks ago. Now, that's the only two pairs of scissors I found yesterday. There probably are other scissors I found over the last couple of months, but if you think I'm going to start digging them out, you've got another fucking thing coming because I ain't. So there we go. But that's the only two I found. I last time I went to Clapham was about a fortnight ago. So, you know, there might have been the odd pair of scissors I found before. I don't know. But hey, you know, scissors, come on. You can buy a pair of scissors for about fucking £1.50 at the pound shop. Well, less than £1. 99p actually. If you want decent ones, then like, you know, I don't know how much they are. Decent ones, a couple of quid. But I'm not gonna go all the way to Clapham to hand you over a pair of scissors. No fucking way, because I don't know what scissors are yours, what colour they would have been, what kind of handle they were. No, were they all steel? Were they like, you know, plastic handle, like so, you know. Go to the pound shop and buy some bloody scissors. You know, you can get 2 or 3 pairs of scissors for £1 now. So, like, that's it, guys. As I say, tomorrow, Kingston, possibly Friday, Clapham, in the boating lake with a boat. Woohoo! And no one else can do it. I'm the only one who's allowed to do Clapham Common. Ian Bolton said, you know. And I actually asked him about metal detecting as well. A few years ago, people were allowed to do metal detecting, yeah. But the thing was, people were not covering their holes up. No, they weren't. So every time they found something, after they dug the hole up, they didn't cover it up again. So that's why metal detecting is being kind of like stopped on Clapham Common. But I said to him, if I was to buy a metal detector and I promised you that I would cover the holes up, would I be able to do it? He goes, maybe. I'll have to think about it. So maybe if I get myself a decent metal detector for next year, I might be able to do some metal detecting over there, as well as magnet fishing and normal fishing. And by the way, Lego cool stuff. If you are a member of Clapham Common, you have to put in for a new permit, and it's not free. Ian Bolton told me you need the registration, you need a photo, one photo, passport size, and the cost now is £25 per year for your permit. So if you want to continue fishing there, you need to update your permit and pay £25 per year. Now, I normally do a lot of fishing over there, but you know, I've been doing the magnet fishing for the last 3-4 months, so I've not really been bothered about fishing. You know, I've still got my fishing license. Even the fishing license have gone up now. It used to be like £32, I think I paid. Next year it's going to be £50. So that's like £50 for the fishing license, £25 for, you know, Clapham Common, and then the other lakes I want to do, you know, it's even more money, you know, kind of thing. So I'm not going to do that. If I do it, I'm just going to pay for my fishing license and do anywhere that is free without paying for a permit, and then maybe pay for the £25 for Clapham, because, you know, it is quite good over there. And the fish are, you know, the fish are really biting over at the moment. This young kid pulled out £7 carp bass yesterday, and he was pulling out little carp, you know, all different types of fish in there. I think he bought, you know, I don't know how long he was there for, but for the hour we was doing those islands, he must have pulled out a good dozen fish. And this other guy who was on the 3rd pier, he was pulling the fish out left, right, and centre. So they're actually biting now. So, you know, might be worth going over there and doing a bit of fishing, as long as you've got a permit. Yeah, so, you know, honestly, that's what Ian Bolton told me. You know, Ian Bolton, he's the, you know, the manager. He's the one who, like, controls the lakes, and, you know, and he told me, yeah, Steve, you know, we're now charging £25 for the fishing permit. You need a photo ID, you know, like a passport, and the permit papers. I think you can get them online. You go to Lambeth online, you might be able to get it on there and then download and print it and then send it off to him. But that's what he said. So £25 he's charging now for the actual fishing permit. It's not free no more. So all those people with free permits like I've got to update mine. You know, I might be able to get away with using it for, you know, the next month or two. I don't know, but yeah, I would have asked Jack, the bailiff, but he hasn't been down here lately, nor has Kevin. I've not really seen many bailiffs down there, actually. Even Dave, you know, the old Dave, I ain't seen him for a couple of months. So it would be what, you know, if you want to do a spot fishing, get down here quick, because, you know, there's not many bailiffs around at the moment. But no, mine, I'll say, you know, get down there, you'll go down, and fucking all the bailiffs turn up and say, well, where's your permit? No, it ain't no good anymore. Fuck off, you know, you got to pay for it now. So if you want to continue fishing down there, you know, just, you know, go online, go to the Lambeth website and download the new permit form and get yourself a photo ID, you know, one of those passport size photos. I'm not sure they need one or two. You'll also need your fishing license registration number as well. That's what he told me. So yeah, so you need your fishing license, you need a photo ID, you need the permit print out and filled in, and £25. So that's 4 things. Okay. I probably will do it, but you know, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't got the money for it. You know, if I've got to buy another pair of waders, no, he did say that he is actually going to be buying some more stuff for when they do a lot more stuff over in the common. Going to get those full kind of like wetsuit things, you know. One of the guys is wearing one of those full-length wetsuits, but the thing is with those ones, like, you know, they kind of like, when you're wearing it, the guy was saying, you know, it's like fucking killing these bollocks, you know, it was like, you know, crushing him. He goes, well, we are going to get some more, you know, Ian said, you know, we're going to get some different ones. But he let me like a pair of like gloves yesterday, and he said, like, you know, long-term loan kind of thing. And they're worth about 16 quid, you know. So I don't really want to lose those. If I do, I'm going to pay £16 for them. They put new kind of like piers over at the small fishing lake. They'd done that about a month ago. Apparently, one of the banks, I think either HSB or Barclays or somewhere, had some volunteers, went down there and done them. So you got like about 1, 2, 5 piers there, I think, on this small lake. Bond Lake, I think it is. So yeah, you know, you got a couple of small ones and you got some bigger ones down here. So they are starting to do things down here. The thing is, like with Clapham Common, it's all down to funding. You know, if they ain't got funding, they can't do it. But he's going to ask, you know, the main board of directors to get a bit more cash in to buy some more supplies for when they start doing some more stuff. I think it's towards the end of the year they're going to actually go around and cut a lot of those weeds. You know, start trimming the weeds, weeds, whatever you want to call them. Going to start trimming them down a little bit. Then I think they're going to start cutting the trees down a little bit as well, probably in the beginning of next year. But, you know, this is all what I'm hearing. You know, it doesn't mean they're going to be doing 100%, but, you know, it's all down to funding. So, oh yeah, also yesterday I pulled out a little kid's bike from the boating lake, because that's the one I normally go in, you know, because there's no one fishing there, no one's allowed to fish there, as you know, and I can be there all day long if I want to. And as I pulled it out, 5 minutes later, in Bolton walked past. He goes, "Did you just pull that out?" I said, "Yeah, 5 minutes ago." "Oh, surprising what you're finding there, Steve." I said, "Oh yes." I said, "Do you want to see the stuff I pulled out?" He goes, "You all right?" So I showed him the stuff that I just showed you just now, you know, kind of thing. He goes, "Oh, at least you got a little bit then." I said, "Yeah, but, you know, look at all the stuff I've also pulled out, all that scrap. You know, there's bottles, you know, broken bottles, there's iron bars, poles, you know, bottle taps. God knows how many of them cylinders, gas little cylinders, I found again yesterday. I'd already thrown a bag of like rubbish in those big green bin things, which he didn't see. But you know, that was a complete fault. Well, I'd say half a bag, because and it's bloody heavy. Anything I find of interest, you know, I can just bring and keep home. You know, if I fucking find a diamond ring, I can keep it, I suppose. The only thing is, magnets don't attract gold, silver, or platinum, and aluminium, which is a shame. But yeah, next year I hope to might do a little bit of metal detecting, hopefully, if I can get permission to do it. But he's not willing to let anyone else do it. You know, he said, well, only you, because you know, you're doing a good job. I said, well, is it many people said, you know, come to you and said, oh, you know, that they're happy on what I'm doing. I said, oh yeah, you know, everything's about it all the time, you know. At least you put all your stuff, you know, in a pile so we can come and get it, or you bin it. With their iron piles, you know, I'm not actually leaving it like, you know, 10, 20 feet apart from each other. I'm actually bringing them up and putting them near the actual big bins. And if I can't get them in the bins, I'll just leave them beside the bins. And you know, he's happy. You know, a lot of people come up to me and said, oh, well done, you know, you're doing a great job, you know. And a couple of weeks, well, about a month and a half ago, someone walked up to me and said that one of the dogs had jumped in there, and as he got back out, his foot was really badly cut, I suppose from broken glass. And I heard this like about a week later. So, well, someone went here about a week ago, you know, I might have been able to pull that glass. Because what I do is I get actually inside the lake, and I'm wearing my waterproof whaleys, but they're not waterproof, as I say, because like one of the legs is leaking, the left leg, and within half an hour, you know, I got half fucking full of like boot of water. But that doesn't really bother me, because like, if it gets a bit too heavy, I'll just get out, empty it, and put them back on and jump back in again, you know. Just turn off my K2 meters and my DC box and stuff. Do paranormal as well, ghost hunting. But what I do is I'll get into the lake, and people say, well, how can you find bottles? Well, easy. When I'm walking around, if I kick something or I step on something and it feels slippery, I just put my hand in and pull it out. And I've probably pulled out about 200 bottles in the last 2 months, 2.5, 3 months since I started doing Clapham Common. Gas cylinders, hundreds of them bloody things. Coins, probably about 30 quid's worth of coins, maybe, approximately. You know, that's within the 3 lakes, that is, you know, like the Broken Lake Pond and the other one, Long Lake. That's all fun, you know. You never know what you're going to find. I found that great big, like, battleship toy motor control boat, and then I found like a small speedboat one. I did find another boat, but it was all smashed up, so that went in the bin. I've not cleaned them up still. They're still outside, you know, waiting to be cleaned, but I can't be bothered. And all the stuff I do find, you know, it normally ends up in a fucking like bin or something, you know, not an actual bin, but like a bucket or a bowl. I just leave it there until I feel like I'm ready to start cleaning. So I'm still trying to find different ways of cleaning like rusted items, whether it be a pair of scissors or some coins or, you know, anything rusted. I'm trying to think what the more interesting thing I found, apart from that big battleship boat. I suppose those bags of costume jewelry that was stitched in there a few months back. Well, they might have been in there longer, actually. And then there's that bag in the same day I found, that bag of like devices. It was like an iPad, which is completely broken. And inside the same bag was an iPhone 4, iPhone 5, and an iPod. But the iPhone 4 didn't work. You know, the glass just came off, and I threw that away the other day. Still got the iPhone 5 somewhere, and the iPod. The iPhone 5 did light up, but the screen went all kind of like weird and pixely, then shut down. So I don't know if it's, you know, completely dead and had it now, or if I need to try charging up again. They're the best things I've found, you know. Got to be bad at costume jewelry as well. And in them 3 bags were credit cards, and lucky enough, you know, the police were coming down as I was going through that bag with the iPhones and everything here. And I waved them down. I gave them the cards, including the bloody Oyster card, which I should have kept because I could have had credit on it, but I didn't think about keeping that. But I have all the credit cards. There's 2 still valid. And he just, like, you know, took all those, put them in a bag. And I said, what about, you know, the costume jewelries and, you know, the mobiles? He goes, no, don't worry about it, you know, I would bin them and keep them. So I did. So they're the main interesting ones I found. You know, you don't know what you're going to find magnet fishing, and people are actually starting this up, you know. A couple of people have said, you know, well, how much does it cost to buy a magnet? Well, you can get different types, you know, different strengths. If you want to, like, you know, one which is powerful, you get a Medidian one, for, you know, 250k pull for about 60 quid. Or have one of the ones that I use, which is 140k, ferrite one, 25 quid. You know, what you got to do is buy your rope. Oh, right, okay, cheers, you know. So, like, I think I've actually got a few people interested in doing it. But a lot of people come up to me and, you know, say thank you for doing what you're doing. You know, you're doing a great job. You help the environment, and that's what it is. Helping the environment, you know, helping the water to get cleaner, getting like rust stuff out, you know, getting those, like, you know, oxygen gas balls out, because they can give off like a poisonous gas that can kill fish. And you know, I do try to keep everything to one pile, and hopefully they get taken away by, you know, the dustman or something here. I did find in Kingston one of the old yachting notice boards, and I pulled that out and I left it there, and a couple of days later it'd gone. I thought it'd been thrown back in, because where I got it from, there is another sign down there. What one it is, I don't know. But when I was there the other day, I spoke to the guy who runs the yacht bit, and I said, oh, did you see that sign I pulled out? Oh, yeah. He goes, yeah. I said, I don't know if it's been thrown back in or what, you know, because there was something else there. You know, did you take it in? Oh, yeah, we got it. We're just going to, like, give it a clean up. So, you know, he's happy about that. But I want to go back and try to get that other sign out. But the magnet keeps sliding off, so I need to get myself like a popper. What are they called? Gravity nooks. So I need to get some of those as well. There's about 4 things I need to get, and I ain't got the funds to get them at the moment. So it's more waiting and buying them one at a time instead of all in one go. But I definitely need a new pair of whaley boots. Yeah, I'll probably have to buy those first, then the gravelly nooks. You know, I got myself a life jacket because I needed to buy that for when I was going to Tenton Lock, because a guy said to me, well, I don't mind you doing it, but you got to have like a life jacket. Now, I bought the life jacket, and when I went there and asked them, the guy who was okay with it wasn't there. I had to ask someone else, and he said, well, I'm not too happy about it, but, you know, I'll give you an hour. So I was able to do an hour at Tenton Lock. Didn't find nothing much there, which was a shame. Just a lot of scrap metal. But I will go to it again and see if I can get and do another hour there at some time. You know, I didn't make no mess. I cleared up everything and threw it in the bin. So, but even if I don't get my wages this week or next week, at least I've got a life jacket. And if I can get to Clapham Common and do that lake again with a boat, so as I've got my life jacket and some clean, dry clothes, then if I fall in, I can just like jump out and hide behind a bush and strip off and put some clean clothes on. Though there is a toilet facility not far away, but it depends on what time I might fall in the water. You know, sometimes I shut at 5 o'clock. I think those toilets. But anyway, there we go. Showed you what I found. I'm gonna go. It's like 20 past midnight. I know I talk a lot. I do apologise when I talk a lot, but hey, some people come just listen to me blab blab blab. I've got my camera sorted out for tomorrow. Let's go with me again tomorrow. My little head cam. Now these are like little GoPros, but they're not. These are like little rip-off, knock-off cheap cameras, but they work. So that's got to be sorted out tomorrow. Keys, travel card. No, I'm not going to go attempt to knock, so I don't need to take my life jacket. So that's one good thing. Less things to carry tomorrow. But I also need to buy one of those really long, big backpacks as well sometime. Because my backpack, which I've got, is like starting to fall apart now. So that's another thing I've got to buy. No, but so why don't you sell some things you find? I don't really want to sell any of the things I find because it's more history. You know, I want to learn a little bit about them before I start selling them. And I would like to find some more of these little boat tags, you know. If I find some of these ones, then maybe I might try and sell a couple, you know, just to make a little bit of money so I can buy some more items that I need. Alright, okay guys, that's it. I'm off. Catch you later. Cheers for watching. Bye for now. Ciao, ciao.